What's up, guys? It's your girl Chloe Roma, and today we're going to be talking about something quite controversial. Should men have the right to have a say in abortions? Now, when I tell you that I stirred up controversy on TikTok, I mean I turned a woman who also advocates for men away. Like she decided to hate me. Because I said this. I made a video stating that men should have a right. It comes down to human rights. I seen a video earlier. I shared it with a lot of people. Thousands of people seen it. Of a man, like you could hear him just screaming and like begging his wife not to kill our baby, he said. Now, when it comes to pro-life, pro-choice, I'm definitely pro-choice, as I like to call pro-mind your own fucking business. Each situation is different, and it's not my business to tell somebody what's right for them. However, my argument supports pro-choice and pro-life, to a sense, I guess. Because you can't really be pro-choice and not fight for, the fact that men should also have a choice, because, this whole idea of it's her body, it's her sole decision, it feels like robbery. It really does. It feels like sperm hijacking. It feels like, because it's one of those, what came first, the chicken or the fucking egg, concepts. However, we're taught as kids that, you guys do it together and it takes two and, this, and this. And, it's funny because as kids, if we say, Jimmy, come play in the pool or come on the swing. And he says, no. And then you do something, Jimmy gets hurt. Mom says, well, Jimmy told you that he didn't want to do it. I don't understand why that isn't applied to, adults. And here's what I mean. I feel like as society, we set men up to fail in a huge way because we raise them to believe that, they need to raise a family, support, pretty much just be machines. But, when it comes to anything to do with children, they're like the last ones to be given a shit about. So, mom goes away and she leaves detailed instructions for the simplest things because dad's dumb and doesn't know how to take care of the kids. It's portrayed in sitcoms. We're told men, we tell men that they have no right to say about abortions or, whether they're going to have it or not. And I wholeheartedly believe that men should have a right to say, yes, I want this kid. No, I do not want this kid. Because as women, we have that right. I can, it's my choice, right? However, we're all human beings here. And this concept that men don't have paternal instincts, they don't, they don't get baby fever, they don't care about children, they're lazy, this, and this, is just simply not true. I can tell you that from my own personal experience. That men are quite caring, quite empathetic, and quite driven towards children. They love children and they want to be around them. I think I've seen more of my guy friends have baby fever than the girls. Anyways, what I'd said earlier was, if you have a man and a woman that are together and, she doesn't want to have the baby, she's saying, fuck it, I don't want it. And he's saying, please, I would like this child. I think it's super unfair that women can just be like, no, and just do it anyways. I think that that's pretty fucked up because there are lots of different situations and scenarios, and I get that. I'm purely talking about the women that know that there's another alternative, know that the dad would take care of that kid, and still is just, no, my body, my choice. Well, there's a problem with that. What that's doing is literal oppression. It is telling a gender that they don't matter, they have no say, take it and move on. Well, you're wondering why we have so many angry men, why the, judicial system is flooded with them, why the suicide rate is so high. Again, we set them up to fail. So when you have the circumstances of dad wants it, mom just doesn't, I proposed that woman should legally have to carry through for that 9 months. After the 9 months, give birth to that child, sign the rights over to the dad. You can walk off. That's fine. If he wants to go after you for child support, I think that'd be pretty funny, actually, to flip the switch. But anyways, not the point. The point is that, that gives the child its right to live. It gives the father his right to be a parent. And it gives the mom the right to say, no, I don't want to be a parent. So you have to sacrifice 9 months. So what? Now, I understand that's super controversial because the biggest argument is, well, you can't force a woman to do something with her body and this and this. Well, technically we're doing that with men. And we have been for a very long time. So the fact that this is just an inconceivable concept just proves exactly what my point is that it's okay to do it to men, but do it to women is inconceivable. And that goes with a lot of different things in society. Now, when it comes to that other woman, Red Leader, she got very angry and she said, well, tell that to my rapist. Like, what? I didn't quite understand that or why it was put on me. But, I said, in those kind of circumstances, that is something completely different. First of all, a dad can't be a parent if he's in jail for rape. So I don't understand where that is. And obviously that's a completely different circumstance. And society wouldn't allow a woman to go through something like that nowadays. Men, however, are forced to pay for children that were conceived out of rape because they were raped. And, that's all hunky-dory and fine, but anyways, not saying that should happen. I'm just saying that, these arguments that people are using are literally things that we were doing to this other gender. And so now it's just inconceivable. So, the point is to have everybody safe, everybody's rights taken care of. And, people are like, you can't force a woman to do something with her body because it becomes unsafe. Yeah, I can understand that. However, again, we are forcing men to either having children that they openly are saying I'm not ready for, or forcing them to, lose that child. And, I can tell you from personal experience, just from talking to a friend from back in high school, his girlfriend, who at the time was my best friend, she gotten pregnant. I think she was 15 at the time. He was 17. And, she decided not to keep it. And he understood, however, he was crushed. And he said that when they were in that abortion clinic, he said, he looked at me and he said, Chloe, he's like, I'll never forget it, that the men in that clinic looked more upset than the women did. And not to say that wasn't a difficult thing for a woman, because that decision to do that alone is not something that's simple. I don't think, the majority of people don't take that decision very lightly. So, it was just, they were very torn up about it. And so I just think it's funny that we digress so much towards the thought about women even losing that right, but yet we encourage this day to day. Now, I'm pretty sure that woman that was a men's activist, I've been seeing it for a while. I'm pretty sure she was just doing it for attention anyways. And that just proved it, because she blocked me and then made a bunch of videos about it, which I didn't watch, nor do I care to. My point is that society is super, super standoffish to equality. Even people that say that they want equality, when, they kind of get a grasp of what that would actually look like, they're like, no, I don't want that. Well, we can't come to a place of understanding or coexistence without that, that mutual understanding and those equal opportunities. Now, I don't believe that we're giving men equal opportunities for pretty much anything nowadays. And I strongly stand by the fact that, places like Australia, the UK, United States of America, Canada, men are oppressed. I don't really think women are. I think that there's maybe certain circumstances where they can be, but overall, I don't believe that for a freaking second. I think that men are oppressed, and when we look at what the word oppression means, it means to, not validate, silence, basically, that's it, right? And so what are we doing? We have no domestic violence support like shelters or therapies or anything like that geared for men. We're letting our veterans be homeless and suffer with mental health that, they only got from fighting for their country. We strip men of their parental rights. We force them into having children. We force them into, not having children. And I just think it's really messed up. I think when it comes to men saying, I don't want a child, I think that he should have just as much of a right as a woman. If I have the right to say, no, fuck that, and go kill my child, then, sorry, that was pretty, anyways, go get an abortion, then, I don't understand why a guy can't say, listen, I'm not ready to be a dad, which lots of them do. And so they openly admit, maybe they say, I'm 17, I don't have a job, I'm not ready, I'm just not ready. And we force them into doing it anyways, and then you wonder why you get so many absent dads. And I'm not excusing it, I'm not saying it's okay to just run off and fuck off. But what I'm saying here is that these are societal problems that are much bigger than we're understanding. And so when we're looking into, difficult subjects such as absent fathers and why and blah, 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 I think that is a huge part of it. I think that we put a lot of pressure on young men and we don't give them a way out. And we damage their character if they don't live up to that. It's quite disgusting, actually. I think women, I call myself a feminist. I'm a first wave feminist. I remind people, there's 4 generations. I call myself a first generation. I believe in equal opportunity. I believe, that a woman should have a right to own her own property, to be able to have her own money, to be able to have a say over how many children she has. She has a right to, not be beaten in the street, and not be helped. I believe in those things. True feminism, again, is about attempting to break down that patriarchal system of hierarchy that oppresses men and women. And so, you had the second generation feminists that came in that really started to victimize women and really, started to say, well, we're weak and you need to, it was very, very victimizing. And then, the third wave was, we don't need men. And then the fourth wave was men can go die. So, unfortunately, the word feminism in itself has left such a sour taste in people's mouths that I don't really like to use that word because it's been so twisted and misconstrued for what it really is and what it truly represented. Change when it comes to fathers' rights is so far off, it's almost disheartening. But, part of it is just building awareness. And I've got plans coming up here to build that awareness and do those things. And it's going to be a long road. And there's a lot of pushback, but I think it's just about persistency. And, I have a plan to go to Australia as soon as this COVID-19 stuff is over in silent protest. And just show the message behind it and show that, men aren't here to say, women shouldn't have rights. They're here to say, yes, we support you. We just want the same opportunities because we're really not giving it to them. Men in the school system are being set up to fail. In the judicial system, again, in all different forms, we're setting them up to fail. And single fathers, we set single fathers up to fail as well. As we all know, you know, child support thing is a huge fucking scam to just give the government money. It doesn't have what's best for the child. So, those are also things that I'm going to work to change. But I was very surprised. I mean, I knew that it'd be controversial, but I was surprised to see how much controversy I kicked up by just simply saying, you know, a mom should have to carry a kid for 9 months if the dad wants it. And the dad can, like, obviously there's different situations, you know, if he's a drug addict and this. I know, people, I fucking know that not everybody's meant to be a parent. There's lots of situations where he's working, he's got the money, he's got the means, the household, the brain, you know, the character references. There's no reason why that child should not be given the right to live. So, that's my stance. It's not as cool as I thought it was. I have my website out now. Make sure that you check it out. It's www.nodick.com. Dick is with a Q instead of a C. Or romaarmy.com as well. Also, make sure that you check out Danger Cats. They are some of the best drinking shenanigans on the internet. So funny. Comedy, great merch, recipes, you know, controversial topics as well. It's absolutely amazing. So if you go to their merch, just use the code ROMA10 for 10% off their merch. And I'm currently waiting for my merch, and I'm super excited. I'm also waiting for my own merch, which I'm super excited as well. I took a lot of time on this and really made sure that I got the best materials and the best quality. As I told you guys, that was very important to me, and that's why this took me so long. However, I really want to do merch shout outs, so make sure when you sign up, put your email in there, and you can put your name, like your username, anything, so that at the end of my YouTube videos or the beginning of them, I can shout you out, have people go check out your page, or if you have a message, whatever it is, put it as your username. So, yeah, thanks for joining, and thanks for listening to me shit talk, and, people need to chill. No dick. Thank you.